So who wants to recap a bit what happened last time?
Go for it, Ross.
Since you asked, just a minute. Oop, forgot to respond. Let's see. Casper was taken and beaten up. Theodore and Anastasia came to get him and found him tortured. Patrick ordered his death, and then Meat Daddy gave him a boost, and he diablerized Anastasia. Then he was staked and captured by the Banu Hakim. Anastasio told Patrick the truth as to why he wanted to find Christian after hearing how you'd botched it. Then he was interrogated by Vlad and Alessandra. He told mostly the truth due to a good role to resist dominate and was let go. Then Patrick called the Banu Hakim and convinced them to hand Casper over to him because he was a piece of shit. Then we handed Casper over to some Sabat and now he's dead.
Yeah, did curry some favor with some of the. Well, calling them Sabat at this point might not be the most accurate thing. At the very least, ex-Sabat. Yeah, I also think you've recently learned, Patrick, that another member of your community has been found butchered rather horribly.
Yes, which is why Anastasio is now Anastasio is in witness protection as well now. It's like, no, you're staying under lock and key. Someone's very upset with you. Clearly, I doubt this gang girl pissed off people enough to do this.
Yeah, it's been a hectic several weeks at this point. But it appears that maybe things have finally quieted down, as other than that, the next few days don't really bring any new disasters, any new catastrophes. It seems that there is a bit of a break, I think much needed for a lot of people here. But nothing good lasts forever now, does it? As Patrick, why don't you... Did I assume you have some of your own contacts in the... Let me actually check.
I have criminal contacts and I have a media contact.
Yeah, why don't you roll me with streetwise, and I'll give you a bonus of dice.
It's 1, 2. 2 successes, possible be sheer failure. I can re-roll if needed.
I need like at least 3.
Let me try to willpower. Nope, 2.
So, yeah, listen, things have been relatively quiet, which I'm not sure if that concerns you or makes you happy. But at the very least, things like Faceless and other weird bullshit, or like large gunfights, they haven't happened. And the SI channels have been low activity, which also means that at the very least on the Paula front, there's not been too much movement. Now,
all right,
Nicholas, I have a different perspective. As well, it's been a couple of days, you would have received a message from Matthew. Matthew has arrived, and he wants to meet with you.
I've worked with him before.
I assume so. He was a prominent member of House Shamir. He is pretty old, like older Ancilla age. He has a reputation. He like you is the rather big supporter of the pyramid, and was quite devastated when it got nuked. Or not nuked, but bombed.
And I trust him so far as these things go.
Yeah, I mean, from all of your interactions, he is not necessarily what you would call a kind or nice person, but I guess that's depending on your perspective.
Then I am going to give him my tell him where I am.
I was gonna say, you do know that he has been actually personally hunting Karna for the last almost 2 decades now, I think, roughly, maybe a bit less, but for at least a decade, trying to get her and kill her, as he more or less blames her for the entire fall of the pyramid. Doesn't have any proof that she orchestrated, but to him, it's very convenient that she was one of the only powerful elders to not be at the meeting when the bombs dropped. That's what you kind of know about his own personal thing. I'll say, yeah, he'll meet you tonight. As he walks into your office, and you realize he is in fact not alone.
I stand to greet him. I assume Fatima wants to be here.
I mean, yeah, she's the one who would have probably welcomed him in.
Ah.
You see there's two people beside him, another man and another woman. As Matthew kind of steps forward and says, Phyllis, it's a pleasure to see you again.
Matthew, welcome to Bucharest.
I've posted.
Hello, I am Matthew. I am here in Bucharest.
Oh,
What the hell was that accent?
I don't fucking know.
Grant, go ahead and make chemistry a requirement for Fata Morgana.
I should just be like, well, listen, I'll give you reasons to complain. Now hate Fata Morgana requires chemistry, so be thankful now you have just the useless level 2 power. You're welcome.
It also takes 2 weeks to take effect.
Yeah. And it also now requires 3 separate rolls instead of just 2 to actually succeed at anything.
Should require more. I think it should require at least 5.
Fucking hell. 1 second.
In your worst disciplines.
Yeah.
It just like looks at your sheet and will select the worst ones.
It needs
For
blood sorcery, but you're not allowed to buy.
Every
blood
time you try to
sorcery.
roll it, it activates the fucking tick switch, so you start rolling like ass.
It also activates the tick factor, which makes everyone else in your team want to screw you over.
So
Indeed.
as Matthew will step forward, and it's a pleasure to see you again, Nicholas. How have you been?
Very busy. Have you been following my reports?
I have. It's happy to hear such good news.
I will go into more detail about this later, but Fatima's work has been exemplary, and you should be very proud of her.
Yeah, he'll look at her, smile, and nod, and then back at you. I'm not here just to check up on her progress. I have brought what I think you desperately need. Finish your assignment here, Brother Nicholas. I have brought capable Camarilla agents.
I look forward to their to working with them.
As he'll point to the man and says, This is Elias. This young, lovely lady is Vanessa. As they'll both they'll bow respectably towards you.
I nod respectfully back.
They will be here. They are quite capable in taking care of themselves. Should you require agents to accomplish any task, feel free to call upon them. They are your resources to command and use as you see fit. Of course, if I can help you with anything, I am also be staying here for the foreseeable future to help you accomplish. Your mission here is great import to the clan.
The situation evolved in such a way that had put my progress toward our goals on the back burner. And I am only beginning to work towards putting them in their proper place again. So I appreciate the help as we have fallen behind.
I'm sure be able to get right back on track. I heard rather worried reports that situation here was escalating at an alarming rate, but I've arrived here a couple of days ago and seems rather peaceful now.
Yes, we had a visitation from Sasha Vikos, and her monstrous flesh soldiers, which are completely impervious to any of my gifts.
Oh, the Imichi I've always dabbled with quite unsavory practices. From my understanding, the problem has been dealt with. She is no longer a factor in the region. That's good. And now focus on the important matters. Now, if you excuse me, I would like to talk to Fatima alone a bit.
Of course.
He'll like a gesture for her to follow him, and both of them will leave the room.
If I may have a word before they leave, if I may have a word in private before you do.
Of course. He will beckon you to walk outside with him instead.
You're probably already aware, and I'm certain Fatima will make you aware when you speak, if you are not previously. She wound up entirely too close to the location where the Drakon was through my actions. I apologize for putting her in danger.
Well, no, then say well. Such trials make us stronger, more capable. Sure, there was a great deal to learn for both her and for you.
I wanted you to hear it from me.
If you want to, can give me a wits insight.
You know what? Say no. No balls.
Sight and
Listen, it's a polite man.
You know what?
You get the slight feeling he is not that concerned with her safety. Like, he's happy she didn't die and she's doing well, but I mean, if she died, it would have been a regrettable loss, I guess. Takes a while to train ghouls that are competent, but not the worst thing under the sun.
I purse my lips slightly, but no other display. This isn't an unusual.
If she's not competent enough to survive, then
No,
it's clearly not good enough to join. Also, you know that this man hasn't embraced as a fucking long while, as long to your knowledge. So, yeah, her embracing is actually a big thing.
her research does proceed apace, as does her practical learning. I'm giving the game away, but I will be recommending her.
Good, good. I will. After this job is done, I think she will be embraced. She has performed admirably, and our clan demands the best, and I think she has surpassed our expectations. He will head back in and leave with her for a moment, as the other two just kind of like look at you as Matthew and Fatima leave. The man speaks up. I'm not sure if there's anything you need at the moment from me.
If you can find anything out about the Ventru, Daniela's current leanings. She is Patrick Foster's sire, but uncomfortable with some of his new friends. I'm hoping to cultivate her as an asset in exchange for bringing her back home.
He kind of nods. Says, we'll look into her. Is there anything else?
What do I remember about what I know about the system that suppresses veins?
About the blood?
Yeah.
Well, apparently there's like the thin blood alchemists that developed this formula managed to produce blood bags which, when drank for a month, basically suppress your bane, your clan bane.
Okay. Also, if there are any thin bloods in the city, we should begin looking into their locations and activities.
The woman would smile and nod and says, well, I will handle then the thin bloods, and Elias, you deal with the Venture. They are not really my cup of tea, if I can avoid them. As he'll nod.
Elias, Vanessa, welcome to Bucharest.
He'll nod. She smiles and nods as well, and says, "It's a lovely place, and sure we'll be able to work together to finish the job here and make the Archon happy and make you as well. Heard there is. I heard you have quite a reputation back in New York."
Well, I was here for the last crisis. And much of my reputation, I flatter myself if my reputation is based more on my skills and accomplishments than on my lineage. Our host is an idealist and a utopian. Be subtle and discreet in your feeding. Don't leave any bodies. It could be very dangerous for you and for our goals as a whole.
They both seem to take that in and just nod. Elias looks a bit kind of annoyed, but kind of like shrugs it off and says, "Nicholas, we are not some Sabbat travelheads. I know how to properly feed.
I know.
In this city, considering recent events, I feel like maybe your idealist should look at his own feats before condemning anyone's feeding."
I think he's a delusional fool who loses track, who forgets that we are monsters.
Vanessa kind of tilts her head a bit. Sounds quite humane. Piqued my interest a bit. Is he like? As I hear, rumors about this place being some sort of anarch state, but there's other anarch cities, but they don't generally. They are not as stringent with the rules. What else can you tell me about them?
He's former Camarilla. He does believe in in his own humanity, and I do not criticize him for that.
But you must know him personally.
I do. I find him arrogant and foolish.
I can feel that from you. The tone of your voice is quite explicit. But if he is such a humane, as you call him, individual, well, surely he must have ties to other humans.
My understanding is that there's a woman. I don't think I've ever met her.
Good to know.
I will say, we did meet her briefly once because she was the person attacked by the Ripper of Bucharest who we all fought off and saved.
I actually didn't.
Did you not?
Listen,
I didn't.
It's been even if you remember.
It was one time like 2
Yeah.
years ago.
It's
Yep, I was.
Yeah.
That was my. That was 2 years ago, basically last weekend or the weekend before, and I was on my family vacation.
so, yeah.
How about that?
Interesting. Well, who knows? Maybe I can
Um,
find out a bit more.
As a sign of goodwill, I did provide her with 2 warded outfits.
Oh, I don't intend to
So,
hurt her. Just, you know what they say.
well, if you become very good friends with her and decide to hug her, don't. One of the outfits is warded against all kindred in the city except for Patrick and me, and one is warded against all kindred in the city.
Be sure to look out for them.
There are other alliances he has. I would prefer to speak with the Archon about those first.
Oh, of course, of course. This was just to me as a thank you for indulging my personal interests.
No, of course. If there's anything you need, either of you, let me know.
Yeah, they both nod. Nothing else, they'll probably take their leave. Oh, good. So no Atlanta game next week as well. Wonderful. So,
Fucking right, jeez.
Damn, I need to make you guys money, but you're not there. How can I make you money if you're not playing music?
I don't know these people. Like every single time, one of
Actually,
them's just like,
no.
"Damn, I got shit to
Listen,
do."
Hate, it's actually fine because I don't think Jill was gonna make it to next week anyways. So
God damn it, Jill!
it was never gonna happen anyway. Let me type to Flavia so
She knows it's not her fault. It's Jill's fault, actually. Stop dying.
No, he got vampire AIDS. Struck again.
Speaking of vampire AIDS, when are we gonna get to meet your new character?
soon.
Gotta.
In universe, do I know that Casper has died?
You. No, you don't. We couldn't get in touch with you.
Couldn't get in touch with you, so no, you don't.
You don't.
I feel like maybe
do we-
there's been like a couple of days. I feel like you would have sent him a message, right?
We tried.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
I remember we tried to contact him.
Well,
but you
okay,
said
so
you
the thing is, the problem, yeah, assuming like we can eventually get in contact with him, it will just be a quick call. Casper is dead, and then that's it. There's nothing more to it.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, then calls you right after and goes lol, and that's it.
Hal?
Patrick will simply say he diablerized a member of the city, and it was decided that we would send him to her old friends to the south. I have it on good authority. He did not. I have it on good authority. He was not able to get his. He was not able to worm his way out of that one.
For what it's worth. I'm sorry that his actions brought us to this point. And I'm sorry that yours had to be the hand upon the sword.
It is what it is. There's no pride in this. Injured like him who embody the worst of our natures. I think you'll agree, no matter what sect we decide we want to be a part of, they have no place in any world.
He had been our friend and our ally. And
Was once. Yes.
I lament his descent into madness and monstrosity. But I also agree that the creature he was since coming back to Bucharest deserved to be put down.
Yes. A warning I'll give you. When he was captured, he was empowered by something that fled. It's likely that his benefactors are still in the city. They may have gone quiet, but I would not be surprised if they weren't still lurking.
I appreciate the warning.
With that, Patrick's gonna hang up.
Yeah. After probably like an hour or so, Matthew would return back. As kind of like returns to your side, and well, before I take my leave, Brother Nicholas, there's one bit of information I've heard over the grapevine and wanted to ensure that you are aware of. The city has garnered some attention, and well, with the recent outbursts, that attention has increased. As such, I expect a wave of, let's call them immigrants, be trying to make their way in. Anywhere from hopeful, disenfranchised anarchs to Sabat. Who knows what other filth.
And a bit of information I just learned. My former coterie mate, Casper, who seems to have suffered some sort of emotional breakdown and lost his grip on reality and joined Vikos, has met the final death. But it is believed that some of his allies are in the city.
Kind of like raises an eyebrow. What sort of allies are we talking about?
Something connected to the Zemitzi, as Casper had some capacity for flesh crafting,
Fortunately.
possibly also involving the shock troopers that Vikos was using.
Then we should move carefully.
I warned Vanessa and Elias. Patrick, in his utopianism, expects, well, be very subtle in your feeding.
Yes, I've heard the rumors, I have heard that this place isn't exactly like your usual Anarch fair. Which is why we are here to help you out, Lord Nicholas.
It isn't like
This mission is too
it
important
isn't
to fail.
it isn't like a normal Anarch city until Patrick leaves for a month and they start turning on each other. They are what they are, and his utopianism won't stop that.
You see, we could remove the man, but can't remove the ideas he's spreading around. But
I think that once we've found the secrets to the blood, we should leave this city to its own devices.
uh, um, I suppose that will be that is not up to me, but
It's a decision above my pay grade. If
for now, Brother
if my
Nicholas,
opinion is asked.
for now, see, then it will be very much a decision that you will be able to make. You do know about your position as as an Archon. Your meteoric rise to fame has has attracted quite a lot of attention within our clan. And every one of us has an interest for you to succeed.
I hope to serve the pyramid as best I am able.
Smile and nod. Yeah, he'll take his leave unless you want. That's anything
Let
else.
me know if there's anything you need.
Of course.
And once he leaves, I turn to Fatima. Did you have a good meeting with Matthew?
Yes. He asked questions, but
You don't need to tell me anything you don't want to.
yeah.
I know you're aware. This is
He nods.
I'm being polite, not prying.
Yeah. Meanwhile, what have Patrick and Anastasia been up to after like the several days after Casper's death?
Well,
Sorry, you can go first if you want.
I was gonna say, Patrick would extend the use of some of the various safe houses he has to Anastasio, because I don't think Anastasio being out in public is the best idea for his safety at the moment.
I don't know if you. So, I was gonna say I don't know if you know that I'm being hunted by an antediluvian. I was going to tell you.
Whoever attacked you was powerful enough to fucking body the Sophia, and like the problem is they did that within like a day of you deciding to not do something. So it's like, okay.
That's the weird part.
And they
was
also
pretty
killed
weird.
my guys. They also killed my guys who were armed with like dragon's breath
Raccoons!
because it's been 2 weeks by that point. So
Raccoons are dead.
yeah, my
Um,
goons with dragon's breath rounds were apparently not effective.
They weren't gooning. They weren't gooning hard enough.
But it's like I'm not gonna force you to go
No.
into house arrest, but they're provided for you.
I was going to tell you that if your good buddy the Impaler could use information on where an antediluvian might be, I might have a way for him to find one.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Patrick. Patrick will ask, do you have the specific antediluvian in question? Is it Moloch?
You know, it's Troil. It's Troil.
Patrick
I
drops his
will,
drink.
I'll inform him. Great. Fucking great. I'll inform him.
Yeah.
As Patrick will send that message straight to Vlad.
Yeah.
That Anastasio has some connection that he might be able to exploit when it comes to the antediluvian trial.
Yep.
Yeah, no.
Fucking cock and ball squad shows back up. You got out last time, but they're back.
No, like if you have a way to lure her out, yeah, no, they're in. Apparently, Vlad has a secret weapon that can deal with the antediluvian.
It's a Colt Magnum.
It's a really big Colt Magnum.
This is a big gun. He actually has the fuck, what's it called? He just has the Colt from Supernatural.
So
Can you outrun bullets with level 10?
you
Celerity?
can outrun fucking nuclear bombs. Level.
Yeah. I assume that the antediluvians all have blood potency above 10, honestly.
Yes.
Yeah. Because 10's the upper limit for Gen 4.
Yeah, no, antediluvians are on a power level that is beyond your comprehension.
Yeah.
Well,
But,
the level 10 dots in something is called plot, or plot power.
So yeah, no, if Anastasio, they will start preparing for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's actually, let me make a note, because that is yeah, that's a very valuable thing for them.
Yep. And then also Anastasio will look dead into Patrick's eyes and says, "There are 2 Camarilla kids who just showed up. I want them both dead. They took away my shtick and ruined it. I want them dead."
Anastasio just gets killed by Agent Smith.
I was unaware,
Anastasio,
I thought you were Ravnos. I was unaware that you were actually Clan Malkavian.
You didn't know? With all the shit I pulled, you didn't know I was secretly a Malkavian who was insane off of his own ass?
Oh, I didn't.
You sure that?
I'll look into that, I suppose. I am
Yeah.
eventually planning to force them out anyways.
Yeah.
I did that now. Agent Smith killed him, I guess.
Alright. Just gets Yamcha posed.
Gets unalived, literally. Doesn't get born.
Unalived your balls.
Patrick would be touching base with a few of the, basically touching base separately with the kindred of the Free State, because importantly, he wants to find out who's been leaking the fucking information, because like repeatedly there has been enemies have known things that they should not have known. So he's touching base with everyone, talking to them, especially the ones who Patrick would think would be better at trying to assist in ascertaining this. He'd be talking with them more in depth about that. Yeah.
Do you have some names?
I have no idea what half these people's skill set is, Grunt.
Well, there's your venture brother who's with the police and sort of like.
Yeah, he'd be. I know right off the top he'd be involved in this, but like outside of that, like I don't actually know what these people's spheres of influence are.
So you're looking.
Like that's never been told to me.
Yeah.
Zach.
So well, listen, Kindred aren't just gonna reveal their entire hand. So, but yeah, you know about Alexander? I'll say your sire probably has some spheres of influence. And at
I'm
least
not gonna ask her because she's one of the fucking suspects. She's one of the fucking suspects. I'm not gonna ask her.
There's the Nosferatu that's fucking going. I think there's only one Nosferatu left in the city that's going about, and I'm not sure. Is he on the list of suspects too?
I believe I was told at some point that like a Nosferatu, like we got a call from a phone that was from one of the Nosferatu.
Yeah, I called
Yeah,
you on his
he
phone.
used to work a lot with Isabella. So I'm
You
not.
should.
I mean,
He is good at finding information and doing this sort of shit. That's why I'm kind of like.
yeah, I would still meet with him, but like there is yeah, I would still meet with him because he has too much uses to disclude from this, even if he is still someone suspect. Because
Yeah,
if it turns out it's not him and I don't include him in this, I'm crippling the investigation.
because he is not good. He doesn't have spheres of influence, but he is, or rather, I mean, probably with like some of the fucking homeless, but he is good at figuring shit out. Would you bring in the other Ventrue Victor into this as well?
Yes, unlike my sire, I actually trust them.
Let me just make a list. Uh, um, I assume then Theodore as well.
Yes, Theodore is trustworthy, and his abilities make him quite useful for this.
The question would be, would you, are you gonna listen? This is an unpopular choice, but Elena is still around. Or like I think she left a way for you to contact her, right?
Yeah, honestly, I think Patrick would
Elena's
contact Elena.
definitely not with the Camarilla, so
Yeah, Patrick would also. Patrick would. Patrick would probably contact Elena as well.
I think that's the most amount of people that are good investigators.
Yeah, everyone else and everyone else that I could contact is either not good at investigating or I don't trust them to handle it subtly.
Yeah.
I'll contact the brew hall when I will know who the guy is and I want them beat up.
Yeah, it's a good point, and the Tremere haven't returned yet, so yeah, that's the thing you can start on. Anything else before I start dropping the shoe? English shoes.
Yeah, I know the Dragon's Breath rounds weren't going to be effective against Vikos's fucking goon squad, but like I still ordered those. Have they arrived?
Yeah, I would say probably got the shipment now.
Distribute those amongst the former ghouls.
Yeah. This will at least let some of them be more prepared to deal with vampires.
Yeah. And beyond that, for this talking with some of the more combat inclined kindred in the city who have not sicked on this investigation, and with the former ghouls, basically just I want them to be prepared because again, it's very like conflict with the Camarilla in Patrick's mind is still inevitable.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And remind me, you said Troll killed your ghouls, but I don't remember that part last session.
I think Troll killed. Well, the problem is the ghouls I sent didn't come back.
Yeah. But what you sent them where? Remind me of that part.
To Anastasio's house, to Anastasio's base to move his stuff out.
Yeah, that's.
And then they never came back, and then we found it was a bloodbath.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like possibly they're not dead, but like that's a lot of blood.
Yeah, listen, it appeared like it was a heavy fight. Yeah. But I don't think you investigated that too much on this.
Well, it happened at the very end of the session, so it's not like we attacked.
Yeah, so to give you more details, because I don't remember what I told you and what I didn't.
Just that they kind of disappeared.
Well, no, you would have found them. I assume these people, because you said like they were armed with dragon's breath, like, because you said it wasn't. That was what basically put me in the confusion. So these were just like normal ass schools. You didn't send them fucking armed to the teeth with shotguns and fucking rifles.
I mean, yeah, they were probably still somewhat armed, but yeah, they were not expecting a fight.
Yeah, but armed with like knives, not fucking
Yeah.
uh, guns, basically. So yeah, no. Basically, you would have found them in a rather awful state. In the same place, basically. It looked like a bloody fight. And
And I mean, honestly, I don't think there's much to investigate after Anastasia tells me, yeah, I had dealings with the Bruja Antediluvian. It's like,
Dealings is a strong word here.
Well,
you know that they were killed during daytime. That is one factor of it. So yeah. Can the again the entire thing was basically the scene of a large fucking fight, and it was bloody, messy, and it happened during the day. You're not sure if it was the faceless, because they can also technically move during the day, but at the very least, the people didn't seem to be torn to shreds, right? So they weren't like fucking eviscerated. It looked like a more mundane fight.
All right.
But yeah, well, Shadow's BRB, so.
No, Shadow, come back. Your character is about to be introduced.
Sink the ship he's on. Just fucking sink that ship.
Blow it up. Make him make a new character.
You lost your chance, pal.
Yeah, I will say that you would have, like, at this point, you're in your office as Dan would come over. Like, Patrick, there's people that apparently want to introduce themselves, talk. And when I say people, I mean kindred.
New arrivals.
Yeah. I think they said something about England.
Oh no, more Brits.
Right. Send them in. Have some of the men ready, just in case.
They're not. All they want to set up a meeting at a neutral spot. They told us to choose one, and they'll send a representative. And well,
Patrick would give a location, a hidden location, because with recent events, Patrick doesn't want to have a meeting in a public space everyone can see and attack.
fair point. As yeah, he'll nod and go to deliver the message. And now, time to switch to your new character. You change your nickname.
I hate him already.
Oh god, yeah, I've got to put the new name in. I'm no longer Casper.
Ex-Casper.
Your name's fucking Christopher Dawn. I hate him already.
Christopher, yeah.
You just hate every character I make, Zaz.
Yeah, and?
But no, it's alright. I'm just
So
putting it out. You don't have to say it anymore.
See, the wildest thing, the funniest thing, I've played with Shadow as a DM. Shadow can play normal NPC characters who aren't just assholes. He just chooses to every time. I've seen him do it.
Yeah.
So
Listen, not every character I play in grunt games are assholes.
Name one.
Kara.
That's true. That's true.
Kara,
Kara was an asshole. Kara was something a bit different related to assholes.
That was Avoric. Avoric wasn't that bad.
Avoric beat
I
me up.
stare right into the camera.
Avoric, like, literally ruined the greatest Hobbit infiltration mission of all time.
Yeah. He wasn't an asshole.
He was just.
You beat me up!
But did you deserve to get beaten up?
No! Baranor is like the nicest character I've ever made!
Nah, you shouted at him for failing a mission once. That wasn't nice.
When?
I couldn't make the brew to save Cedric, and you're like, you fucking.
Oh, it was a high stress situation, damn it! There was a lot of pressure.
Yeah, listen, it's fine. So, as Christopher, you've arrived in the city for less than a week at this point. You and your entire, well, you kind of, that's the sort of relationship between you and the other people here. You're basically all sort of like a family dynamic, right? As
Yeah.
people get in to the gang as initially just a ghoul, and then you prove yourself, you work your way up the ranks, and you deserve it. You get embraced. All of you are Toreadors, and unfortunately, you did basically try to establish yourselves as a powerhouse in London, and that didn't really work out. Camarilla came back swinging, and most of the anarchs got shattered and basically ran away, including you and your family. Your sire was killed in the fighting, which, well, was a big blow to a lot of people, but unfortunately you have to move on. And, well, when your grandsire heard about Bucharest and the fact that it actually managed to win against the Camarilla, well, he decided that this is the place to go. As such, here you are. You two a bit, Ross, because your mic is picking up everything. So, as kind of like sitting there, you've sent a message to the would-be de facto ruler of this place, the person in charge, the public face, the one that reputation is associated with the city, and well, your grandsire called you in tonight to talk a bit with you. As you walk in, there's Christopher.
What's the sitch, boss?
Holy
Yeah.
Fuck off. Kill him. God damn it. Get him out of here.
Yeah, new character.
Holy shit. If you want to do that accent, remember, you have to do it full on. If you ever fail to do it, I will just kill you.
Okie dokie.
I've never had a more visceral reaction to a new character being introduced before in my life.
Okay, good. You got it. That's like even worse than like my fucking first accent for fucking Hugh Morris.
And you have to not lower your pitch. You have to lower your pitch. You cannot be high pitched and do the fucking Liverpool accent.
Alrighty.
Southerner.
A bit more tolerable. So,
Alrighty.
Fucking 1920s London fucking Squidward over here.
Grayson kind of like gestures for a nearby chair and says, "Yeah, I sent a message to this Patrick guy. And we should be getting
the head honcho around here.
Yeah.
We got a response.
Yeah." And he agreed to a meeting. which I'll be sending you to talk with him.
Hmm.
Trusting you on this, Christopher. You need to, well, Sir London, proven yourself, but quite capable. So I'm entrusting this mission to you. Explain to him the
No worries.
situation.
I'll negotiate with the guy.
Yeah. Explain to him the situation.
Is there no one else taken out that can talk to me?
Um,
Is this their best talker?
um, explain to him the best you can the situation. We're willing to comply to whatever the fuck he demands. We've got manpower. I'm sure he needs help. I don't think the Camarilla will ever leave him alone here. It's too big of a city. And, well, we have manpower, we have guns, and we have expertise. And we're not little bitches like the Camis. So, also, try and get a feel for the guy, see if he's actually up to snuff.
Of course, of course. Try and dig deep into the man's soul.
Well, then, good luck to you. And he'll, like, toss you like a scribbled note with an address on it.
I'll hop in my car and head there. I'll take a couple of the boys with me.
Yeah. As you all venture. Where is exactly? So you said this is like sort of an isolated location. Are we talking like alleyways? Are we just talking a fucking... You are not driving in that car. You want to get fucking sniped from the moon?
Oh no!
This is the
No one
most...
knows we're criminal.
This is the most fucking conspicuous vehicle you could be driving. Listen, you can have this, but the subtlety will just like die. Actually, no. No, actually, not this. This is the vehicle. You have 4 resources. You can have this fucking stupid ass expensive
Fucking
car.
jalopy.
The fucking life's expectancy of this new character is dropping in front of our eyes.
Holy shit! That's why they died in London so fast. Look
Yeah.
at these.
They're too committed to the bit.
They are committed to the bit. Yeah. So yeah, what is this place? Is it like a warehouse? Is it just like
It'd be like a warehouse, an abandoned an abandoned like warehouse. The warehouse is just like out of use.
somewhere basically on the outskirts of the city? As
Can I meet this person too?
if Patrick wants to date you, to
I was asking Patrick.
Yeah. You can,
Hey, I'm like your left-hand guy. Come on.
yeah. You
Sergio
can,
is quite capable in combat. Yes.
that's the thing. It's like, yeah, genuinely, it's like you're like there are gonna be a few ghouls, but I'd like another kindred to back me up just in case, because the ghouls are still relatively fragile compared to another kindred. But they're not even ghouls anymore. They're not even ghouls anymore. So yeah, I mean, I am gonna take Anastasio.
I was gonna say, listen, you still have people you employed, but just like security, right?
Yeah, I know, but it's like, I forgot that they're now like some of them may have hunter abilities, but they are just now normal humans, even more fragile. So yeah, I will take Anastasio.
That's actually a good point. Has it been a month? Have they stopped being? I don't think it's been a month. So technically, they're still ghouls. But yeah,
Ghouls, all right.
soon enough, they will actually all be sent to be fucking rehabilitated to get through their addiction. But
How long will that take?
depends on the individual.
Yeah, good, because that's in a month I'm gonna lose half my fucking army here.
Oh, less than a month. I would say probably like 2 or 3 weeks. So Yeah. Anyways, you have some ghouls with you. You have Anastasia, and you're kind of like waiting around as you see, like you kind of see this thing at the fucking end of the street as this like
The fuck.
like ancient car, but looks and runs in mint condition. And starts like is driving down the street.
Hey, talk about the British invasion, eh?
They're lucky I know. They're lucky I know the Second Inquisition. They wouldn't survive a fucking day.
You know, I've seen a car like that around Italy once. You know, it doesn't immediately mean vampire.
Was it being driven by a Was it being driven by a kindred?
It was during the day, so probably not. Maybe a ghoul, though. Could have been.
As you say that, the car kind of stops in front of the warehouse, and you see you see like 4 people get out. They look like 1920s fucking gangsters, basically. Peaky
I
Blinders
look back
types.
at Anastasio.
See, Grunted George ran out because I was also gonna make a Peaky Blinders reference. And I just look back at her and I'm like, looks like the cast of Peaky Blinders showed up.
Yeah, looks like the most obvious kindred in the world showed up at my doorstep.
I
Well,
think they're Ventro.
Hope not.
it's a good point. Would Christopher blush of life for this meeting? I don't think you would.
No, he's
So-
being with other kindreds.
Yeah, like one of them is obviously a kindred. The other ones, though, look like mortals.
Oh, great.
More ghouls. Grunt, do I sense the beast in any of the ones that look like mortals? By the way, do I recover willpower yet? I haven't seen those things in a while.
Yeah, no. This session,
I just remembered.
everyone recovers willpower
No.
normally.
Because of the
Alright.
Fata Morgana thing, you should give him more willpower damage.
Have I recovered any of my aggravated health damage in this time?
3 days. Give me 1 rouse check. So for each rouse check, you heal 1
Bless you.
damage.
So, like 3 rouse checks then?
Yeah, if you want to heal all damage.
Hey!
So, yeah, no, you all can see Christopher's profile picture. And
Can
the oth-
I...
the other,
Can I sense the beast?
yeah, no, listen, you can roll.
Just in case they're blushing of life, you know?
Yeah.
Is it really only 1 dice? Holy shit. I know it's 4 dice. The fuck. Yeah, whatever.
I think you should make him roll with only 1 dice.
Yeah, no,
Ah,
2 successes.
they're all mortals besides the one obvious kindred.
Looks like a bunch of ghouls.
There's also like on Patrick, because Patrick does one of the requirements, is going to be get rid of your fucking ghouls. 'Cause- yeah, Patrick will approach the the other entourage. I assume they're also approaching him.
Yeah.
He'll
I'll put out
hand
my
out.
hand as I approach.
He'll shake it to Patrick Foster.
Christopher Dawn, nice to meet you.
It's actually Christopher. I'm gonna kill him.
Go, fucking inside Patrick's head. That's not his real voice. He's trying to fuck with me.
Inside Anastasio's head. That's absolutely his real voice. I knew he was fucking British.
Understand, you and your associates would like to discuss your...
Yeah, we've got a bit of a situation that I need to discuss with you.
Imagine you'd like to come settle in Bucharest?
Yes, after got kicked out of our last place, bit of a big hustle. And
well, we can't return there, and this seemed like the best place afterwards. Obviously, you've got rules, and we're willing to listen. So, what are the rules around here?
Don't talk like that.
The first rule is a very simple one. You will not feed on any human in the city or any other creature such as guru or other kindred and when you're in the city at all unless it's under the most dire of circumstances. You will be feeding from animals. That is a condition every kindred in the city who is capable has to fill. If you are my fellows in Clan Ventru, you will be taught animalism so that you may feed on animals.
Yeah, might be a bit of a hard change, but I'll pass it along to the boss, see what he says.
The other one. Blood bonds are forbidden, both between kindred and other peoples.
Well, my boys aren't good, so that should be fine, but there are some in the organization, and I'll pass it along. I'll have to see what they say.
I'll say this, Christopher. The only people who get gold in your gang are the people who are basically who want to become vampires, and usually the ones that get promoted up the chain of command.
Okay. Shouldn't be too much of a problem.
All right.
We're willing to make ourselves useful here. We know that this isn't going to be necessarily somewhere we can easily settle in. We've got men, we've got guns, and we've got whatever talent you should need. So feel free to ask us, and we can help you out.
Quick question.
Good.
By the way, Anastasio, what clan are you?
Oh, we're Toreadors. I thought it was fairly obvious by the aesthetic, but not everyone's got the eye for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, if you meet any strange women, I wouldn't mention that.
Strange women, huh?
Luckily,
Come across those a lot in our kind of work, but
I was gonna say,
any kind of defining factor?
Christopher, lucky for you, there are no women in your gang.
Yeah.
Wonderful. There is currently a older kindred passing through the city who has quite the grudge against your clan.
Yeah.
I don't think
kind
she'll
of any
approach you
characteristics
specifically.
I should look for her?
Yeah, he'll fucking describe. He'll describe her in like the sense of of what Trolley looks like, but not like say the name.
Yeah. I'll look out for a jib then. I'll cut it off real quick if necessary.
Oh, I wouldn't try that.
No? Powerful?
Yeah.
Very powerful. Oh, damn.
Is old. She is not affiliated with the Camarilla, which is why we would prefer not to have any conflict with her.
Yeah.
She's here on her own. She's here on her own agenda that, for now, does not conflict with what we are doing in the city.
The Camarilla pressing you then?
They have not done so yet. We recently had an issue with Sabbat that enabled temporary working together, but the Sabbat are now, if they're not gone, they are quick to being handled, and the Camarilla, I doubt they're just going to leave when I politely ask them to.
No. I mean, it usually takes boss to get someone out of a city.
Yes, that's why I've had my men equip the Dragon's Breath rounds. Very soon I am planning to unpolitely ask them to leave the city.
Well, if you need help with that, well, we're your men.
Patrick will nod. Tell me a bit. How many kindred am I expecting moving in?
So besides,
How many?
Yeah, besides you, there's probably 3 left.
Well, there was quite a few before we made it out of the city, but sadly they got shanked, run out, killed. There's only about, other than myself, 3 left.
Why did you get run out of your city?
Decided to settle in London. It's not the best place to settle if you're one of us.
think I heard about that. Did I hear about that? I can't remember. Oh, Patrick ran out of London. That's right. I forgot.
No, Patrick was never in London. Patrick was in Cornwall when he was embraced, and he was specifically told to keep your fucking head down because of shit going on with London.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think you mentioned that. Yeah, like London's fucked. Like,
Oh,
Yeah.
well. So your group is combat capable. Is there any other abilities, strengths, eccentricities I should be made aware of? Do you have any specific enemies that might follow you?
Other than the Camarilla, I doubt it. Well, we're gangs, we have turf wars, but I don't believe that shit's followed us here.
Fucking Ross, I hate this. I hate this character so fucking much. God, I want them to die. I want them all to die. I want to strap suicide vests on them and send them into the front lines. But yeah, Patrick will say, all right, let you know about the city. I want to make sure there are no misunderstandings. This city is considered by the Camarilla to be anarch, and I suppose it's not the incorrect assumption to make. We have operated under a different policy. There is no prince, there is no baron of Bucharest. There is a council that decides on their matters. If you and your fellows do settle here, and you are able to assist in the defense of the city, of course you will be provided seats in the community.
Yeah,
There is
none of
no
us will want to take
domineer-
a look around. I'm sure you would like to see it on your council thingy.
Yes. And that does bring me to the last thing. Everyone in Bucharest does their part, though I don't think that will be an issue with you and yours.
Oh, of course
If
not.
the city is
Any service we can provide, it's yours.
Yes. If the city is ever under siege, under threat, if any kindred in the city is under danger, the umbrella of protection is provided to all members of the community in good standing.
Of course. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. Some of our help might come at a price, but yeah, of course, one of us has been attacked, all of us have been attacked.
That we understand that. Any other questions?
So, what do you guys do around here then? Other than look out for one another when a war isn't going on?
As long as what you are doing does not violate any of the rules I've stated and does not bring harm to another member of the community, everyone is free to pursue what they wish. The Tremere, before they were incapacitated by the Camarilla, pursued their own goals. Multiple members of Clan Ventu pulled in different directions. If you're asking what it is that the city as a whole does, it is simple. We live and we thrive according to the idea that we are all the masters of our own destiny. Simple as that.
Seems a bit contrived, but I like it.
Some
And
kinks may be
you
working
mentioned this
out.
community. Who's classified under this community, so we don't just go rustling up the wrong jimmies?
The first thing, of course, is everyone who has willingly joined it. Any kindred who is in the city who has agreed to follow the rules as long as they are staying here is considered under the protection. The only people who currently are not anyone Camarilla affiliated, and he'll give a few names. Anyone Sabat affiliated, and he'll give like a few the names that he knows because he doesn't know that Lycos got taken out. And anyone who has decided that they feel that playing by the rules is not something they need to do. he had a few issues with a kindred with a name by the name of Casper, who had to be disposed of because he decided that being a monster was worth too much to him.
That sounds like a fucking dickhead.
Yes,
Yeah,
he
he was
melded
a bit
people
of a
into. He melded people, including the bodies of his dead friends, into flesh golems.
An eccentric, I see then.
One way to put it.
Yes.
Now, I will say this. While I see no issue with it, I will have to speak with other members of the community. As much as the Camarilla might think that I pull all the shots, that is not how Bucharest works. I will say this though, I see no issues arising. What is the territory that your group would desire?
Let me
There have
guess,
been recent
warehouses.
casualties. Yeah, there have been recent casualties, which, while regrettable, does mean that there is territory that needs to be filtered out.
Is it
That's a
warehouses?
great question, because Grom would have the answer to that, and he's just fucking left.
Damn.
Your goons, your henchmen, your fucking your mobsters. You're gonna want like riverside warehouses.
Yeah, something like that, but
The
Grom
speaking
probably has like an area that he would probably.
The speakeasies is where we'll set up shop, see?
Yeah, see?
Oh my god, they're multiplying.
Okay, so Grant, to ask to very, very quickly fill you in, I basically asked them what sort of territory is his group like looking for, because there have been the recent casualties. That mean that there is some territory in the city.
Hey, listen, your specialty tends to be all sorts of illegal activities, from gambling to kind of like loan sharking. Any sort of protection work, which
Yeah.
we'll see, because this city ain't gonna like. There's probably people filling some of those niches already. Like, be interesting.
I can't believe that Shadow has stolen my Ventrue mobster concept.
He has, he truly has, and
This did originally start as a venture, and I was like, nah, Toreador's better for the actual concept.
Can't fucking believe it.
it'd be really funny if he showed up as a venture and he was even using your fucking character's profile image.
Gonna say this is derivative. It's fine.
With taking inspiration.
Plagiarizing.
I took your bike and I painted it, so it's now my bike.
I honestly didn't know this was Hate's concept. Which makes it
No.
funnier.
Listen, yeah. In the Bucharest prequel, I played a Sabat Ventrue mobster, who literally proves the same thing. He was a mobster. His gang was made up of ghouls, except he was more like New York mobster.
Problem is
Yeah.
that was in the late 90s, which you still stood out. But now, like more than 2 decades later, like these people, Patrick, holy shit! That
Yeah. And Patrick will in fact inform them. The aesthetic. With
Yeah?
the recent events that have happened in the city, it has attracted hunters' attention. May want to update the aesthetic.
Yeah, we don't want to be discreet if necessary. Yeah, we like the aesthetic, we'd like to keep it on brand, but we need to
Stare
do
into
something
the camera.
a little bit more under the radar, as people say.
I put the fucking
and
stake
so?
into my own heart. I put the fucking stake into my own heart.
I'll be honest, Patrick, the Camarilla will probably kill them quite. You understand now why maybe they got like their ass kicked.
All right. Normally,
Okay,
I'd
so-
say. Well, luckily, we're planning to fight the Camarilla anyways.
Staking
Yeah, so,
yourself Staking
Sorry,
yourself
go on.
won't help. You'll be paralyzed and forced to experience.
You're right. You're right, Dan.
I'll give you
Dan,
the mercy blow.
Dan, give me your shotgun.
You'll give him the mercy blow. Jesus, hate.
I will. I will.
Damn.
Anastasio will like say after that, like, so if you can be discreet, does that mean you can also drop the accent? Because that's also pretty like noticeable.
Oh yeah, what do you mean? I can talk like this if necessary, but I prefer to talk like this. It's how the gang rolls.
Okay, well, you know, at
Take the
least we
shotgun,
know he
Dan. I
can.
kill myself. I unleash a dragon's breath around directly into my fucking cranium.
You're not Kurt Cobain. Calm down.
No, unironically, listen, Zaz. They will have to fight the Camarilla. I'm not. fully
Yeah,
confident.
honestly, yeah. I think Patrick's only formulating. Yeah, I'm gonna give you a nice set of territory, as close to the fucking Camarilla as I can, so you losers can eat up the fucking damage. I don't expect these guys to survive.
So tell me, you don't happen to have any interest in murder gangbang orgies, do you?
Jesus fucking Christ, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, listen, the last Toreador that was kind of had power in the city was into that whole thing, so we kind of had to kill him.
Yeah, I completely understand that. If I've met a fella like that, I would blow his head right off.
Yeah.
Listen, we may be into the odd little aesthetic and jib-jabs and whatnots, but that's taking it a step too far.
Cool, cool. And you're also not into eternal revenge things for funsies, are you? You know,
I mean, we don't
torturing
really
people's
have
family
anything to go
members.
off on like that, but not really.
Okay, okay.
All right. Well, there is nothing else to discuss. I will have to speak with a few of my associates in the community, and we'll get back to you.
Yeah, understandable. I'll talk to my men, you talk to yours, and we can reconvene at a later date.
Yes. This is the most exhausting conversation Patrick has had to fucking go through, and he talked to fucking Kupala.
Kupala was at least a little funny.
Kupala was at least a little funny, yeah.
Also, she gave me lots of gold. I think I'm like the richest man in Bucharest right now.
And what's trying to be funny about this?
That was out of character. Shut the fuck up.
No, that was also out of character. I'm just continuing the accent.
We're gonna go into Lord of the Rings, and suddenly Vork's gonna be talking like this.
No, because
Baranor! Nice to see you, fella.
I
How
can't.
was the 5 years?
I can't just like not let him in the game. Like that's. If Vorik,
Yeah, don't worry, Vorik's not gonna do
if Vorik develops weird accents that do not belong in that region of the world. Suddenly, no. You should be afraid if Shadow ever shows up playing a Hobbit as that. You should be scared.
No, I won't let him.
But
The orc is going to wear pinstripe armor.
Yeah. If there's nothing else to discuss, you would take your leave. And you see the four of them get into the fucking... I don't even know how to call it.
Jalopy.
Contraption.
It's a fucking jalopy.
Yeah, the vintage car. And we'll drive off.
Fucking driving the Ford Model T over here.
Literally, you look up jalopy car, that's the shit you get. It's a fucking jalopy.
I just looked up our car, you see, and that's what it came up with.
I'm not sure there's anything you two want to discuss after the gangsters leave.
There it is.
Yeah, gonna look at Dan. Gonna look at Anastasio. I think I'm just going to put them as close to the Camarilla as I can. Let them take the fucking brunt of it.
What the fuck is this with the city and fucking Toreadors, man?
What is it with the city and fucking weirdos?
Dude, you know how many Toreadors I killed?
Yeah, now
You know how many
showed
fucking
up.
Toreadors showed up after? Now there's 4 more? Jesus.
You think the Toreador Antediluvian's gonna show up at this rate?
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised if the
I
entire
look into the camera.
Toreador showed up for the fucking for this fucking like a conference. I wouldn't be surprised.
She's busy dunking on other groups. Fine.
She's busy
She's
fucking
balling.
cock and ball. She's busy fucking cock and ball torturing Kushima bit for not giving him money anymore. Alright, well. I have to have a few talks with some of the people because I see no issue with letting them in. I would prefer not to just make unilateral decisions.
Yeah, you know. Just because you are the first among equals, Mr. Not a Prince, you know, doesn't mean you don't have to pretend to ask everyone else.
Please, if you want to do the right job, be Mr. Not a Baron. Not Camarilla.
Well, you were a prince like 5 minutes ago. That's why I'm saying it, you know?
I was briefly a prince for 5 minutes, yes. And then I realized that this deal is terrible.
I hate Toreadors. If not for Toreadors, I'd be kicking it in Italy now.
They're not my favorite clan. I thought they were. The second they walked in, I thought they were going to be Bruja. I'm not going to lie. I thought they were Bruja.
You know, I first I was thinking Ventru. Then I saw them and I'm like, Bruja, right? And then, you know, look, more fucking Toreadors. Honestly, Patrick, if I die and then some other Toreador asshole shows up, could you kick him in the balls for me?
I could do that.
Thank you. Please. Sorry, Nico.
I made a promise to a friend. I have to do something.
Nothing personal.
It's an interesting approach to diplomacy.
An interesting approach to fuck yourself over to this degree, this meta. Because
Quite literally, yeah, sure. You guys can. Yeah, they'll have a nice home right next to fucking Nicholas's house.
well, unfortunately for you, don't know where that is. So,
You know, I bet if we asked, he'd probably just let it slip.
but yeah.
You know what? I'll call him. I'm just gonna give
So-
Nicholas a ring.
As Christopher, you return back to your little hideout. I'm gonna ask you now: is everyone as ostentatious as you and the gang?
There or thereabouts.
Okay.
My fucking god.
So calling it a
Every single
hideout.
one of
Listen, calling it
Fucking
a
Kane preserve me.
1930s gangster cosplayers.
yeah. Listen, his grandsire was actually embraced in that time period, so he just the hunter beacon. Yeah, listen, it's calling it a hideout maybe more of a
Okay, they do know how to be discreet.
driving vintage cars down the street is not discreet. Wearing fucking that attire is not discreet, so
Oh, fair enough then.
that's why I asked if they're all as ostentatious as you. Then no.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not really this. You call it the hideout, but well. Anyways, you get back as you walk in. Grayson is just kind of like sitting at his desk. Looks up at you and says, "You made it back. What's the news?"
Yeah, he has a couple of rules, and that's it. One, we can't feed on any humans, vampires, guru, anything like that kind of sort. Has to be strictly animals.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I thought that was going to be a bit of a deal breaker. We might have to discuss, but that's one rule. Second one's no blood bonds. Eat models, vampires, none.
What the fuck does this place even run?
I have no fucking clue.
The hell. Shit. Fine. We'll figure something out.
Yeah, it's either this or we go back to England to die.
Yeah. I guess you are right.
I'll pay for your fucking plane fare. You can leave.
Don't worry, we're gonna fucking save you.
They are all quite adept at combat, unfortunately.
Them saving you seems like an example of the cure being worse than the disease.
Like, well, good job. Listen, you get your men and just set up shop wherever the fuck you want in the city. We should split up, not all hang together until
Yeah,
we
of course,
settle
of course.
in. Try not to piss anyone off.
I'll find out a little small warehouse, all abandoned and all, and we'll set up shop there for now. Talked to the Patrick guy. He said possibly maybe some territories that we can own further down the road. He's got to talk to his people. He said there's a little council. I thought that put your name in there, say, talk then. But he's got to talk to them first, so we'll figure stuff out later.
Okay. Good. He gets up. Well then, we'll keep in contact. Let me know if you need help with anything setting up.
Yeah, of course. We should be all fine, but I've got one of those burner cellular devices, so if anything goes wrong, I'll give you a quick ring.
Good. You do that. Listen, Christopher is only a decade old, so this is actually just part of the aesthetic. That's why he's a Toreador, not a Malkavian. He knows this is an act. He just enjoys it.
Yeah.
You'll have to you can give me a wit streetwise, Christopher. That's
Okay. Wise. Wits.
yeah. You've scouted a bit around the city, the poorer neighborhoods. There's probably a couple of large warehouses you can kind of set up. Probably either that or just buy or rather rent some. So you start setting up shop.
I'll put the car under a blanket, so it's not the first thing people see when they come in, if people come in.
Yeah. How many people do you have in this little?
I would say in my gang, 4 men.
Okay. I'll just add this. So.
Okay, Chris, quickly, Shadow, name them all now.
Billy Bob!
No,
That Tony?
I will not remember them.
Billy Bob, Tony.
You will have to write them down yourself.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll come up with proper names as well.
But yeah, we'll get some mattresses and I'll pick something for you so you have a bit more protection. But this is what it is at this point. But yeah, as is there anything else anyone wants to do at the moment? Any plans, schemes you haven't told me about? Take that silence as a no.
Sorry, I was a little muted. Yeah. besides talking with some of the other kindred to say about the new arrivals and where we're going to put them, very close to the Camarilla.
Unfortunately, you don't know where the Camarilla is, so they probably set like they're probably not gonna tell you where they set up shop because that would be kind of stupid.
Probably not. Yeah. The only thing I know is that I initially gave Nicholas a place, but he'd be dumb if he was still there.
Yeah, and even if
Look
he
at the
is,
camera.
that's just like his like one of his offices, right? Like, and these people will stand out way too much if you might as well. But yeah, no, on the character sheet, Shadow. Put them.
Okay, that works.
Yeah, because I won't.
Just send the writing to you on Discord.
So
It's literally in the chat.
Oh my fucking god. John Smith, Willem the Shank.
So I'll say like a couple of nights pass by as your investigation starts trying to like identify what Camarilla malls do you have in your city. And well, couple of nights in, you will get a message from Elena to meet with her, as she'll give you an address. The meeting is to be alone, so now Anastasio.
Okay. Alright.
As,
Understandable. Elena is still not supposed to be in the city, so yeah.
as you'll meet up with her, one of the alleyways pops out of the shadows as per usual MO. There's I come with news. Well, maybe not the news you wanted to hear, but I thought this would be of interest at the very least. How are things going? City has been quiet for the past week, which is change.
It's in a steady position right now. The Zamitsi I believe they've been handled now, though without confirmation. We're still on alert. Camarilla have not made any moves yet, though I imagine they're preparing their forces. Though recently it looks like we're going to gain some new arrivals. Toreadors. At least they say they can fight, which would be useful.
Well, appears that they are not the only visitors you are about to receive. It appears you've made some. Well, it is to be expected, though. I did hear a lot of rumors amongst some of the local Sabbat packs about you, or rather the city. And I think some of them have decided to try and move in with less than friendly intentions.
Another thing to add to the list.
In fact, you remember the Anastasia's old pack?
Anastasia's old pack, yes.
They're all dead. Slaughtered. I was supposed to meet with them and, well, they didn't show up. And I found ashes mostly. It was looked like a intense fight.
Do you think it was other members of the Sabbat?
Not uncommon for them. They do tend to end fight. and well, a lot of the smaller cities do have plenty of packs running around, and they travel. You can't really keep track, and when they meet one another, it's not always friendly. So that's why I said I think the ones that are coming into your city are not the friendly ones.
Stood. Luckily, Royal has finally come through with the shipment. A lot of my men are now armed with Dragon's Breath, so we'll be able to give them a warm welcome.
Not-
Suppose I should inform you, both Moloch and Triol are now in the city, though they're apparently some of my... I've been told that there is some sort of plan to try to deal with that, but that is outside of my wheelhouse. I've mostly been focusing on the Camarilla.
I think you've told her about the fact that you joined the SI, right?
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
She is aware. Yeah, that I've joined
Right.
up.
I assume something your SI friends had a hand in.
Oh, they will be handling it soon enough. It's outside of any of my ability to assist with. So unless they contact me about it, I'm focusing on keeping the Camarilla, and now I'll focus on keeping the Sabbat off their backs.
You have gotten in quite their good graces, I see.
Patrick nods.
Then
I have been able to keep the kindred of Bucharest I've been able to make sure the kindred of Bucharest abide by a certain standard, and they appreciate that.
well, then time that I ask a favor from you, Patrick. I'd like you to put in a good word. Push to, let's say, join their ranks. Sounds very formal. And I don't think they would give me the time of day, but someone like you vouching for me, sure they would be more open-minded.
Patrick will nod, and he will say, "Well, they have said that Moloch is particularly vulnerable to powers of oblivion. Certain they wouldn't be against having another experienced member of the Clan of Shadows joining in."
Well, then I look forward to meeting with them. I will keep you updated if I've learned anything about your whole problem.
Thank you.
Good luck to you. She's gonna step back into the shadows.
As Patrick will take his leave, and he's back into the car, presumably with Dan driving.
Yeah.
He will send a message over the SI phone to Vlad that the former leader of the city of Bucharest, Elena, would like to arrange for her entrance into the Second Inquisition. He has asked me to.
Yeah, he'll just text you back. Change of heart. Question mark.
As Patrick will send a reply. Says she had her own vision for the city, perhaps seeing that after she has kept an eye on the city even after leaving it, perhaps seeing how the community has been able to hold itself together without her initial actions. Perhaps it did prompt a change of heart.
You vouch for her. I'm willing to meet with her and hear her out.
Patrick will respond. Patrick will respond. Yes. I won't say that she is I won't say she'll be as fully committed as I have become. But without her, most of the kindred in this city would still be who they were before.
Yeah, no, he understand. Like he'll respond with, "I'll determine if she's good enough to join, but I just need to know that this won't just be another trap."
Yeah, Patrick will reply simply. I did not get the vibe of a trap off of her. She seemed to be more frightened that if she met with you without any vouching, or met with anyone else in the second station without any vouching, you would kill her.
Why would a very safe assumption?
We'll simply tell Vlad to take the precautions that you think are necessary. I trust her, but then again, I've worked with her for quite a while.
And yeah, now I'm not sure if there's anything else you'd like to do, Patrick, but I'm gonna switch a bit to Nicholas. As ooh, damn. Probably Vanessa would have messaged you, Nicholas, that she has some news for you if you wish to meet with her.
Of course. Where does she want to meet?
She'll give you an address of a like small bar.
Okay.
As yeah, you would meet her in a couple of days since you last talked with her. And this place is it's a small establishment. There's not that many people here, but it's open until morning. As you walk in, and she'll wave for you in a nearby corner. As you walk, this place is much more dirty and less pleasant than your usual haunts, but well, it definitely doesn't strike you as a Camarilla type place. As you sit down, and she has like a drink she is nursing, smiles at you and says, so glad you could make it on such short notice. I have news. Well, nothing related to Patrick, but an opportunity. Thought you might be interested in taking advantage of it.
I'm always interested.
Well, I have it on good authority that several Sabbat have moved into the city and more are to come. Now, they're not our friends, so to speak. They think they can take on the little anarch state they're building. We could help them. Well, I think we should help them.
What do you have in mind?
Well, do not piss off the Archon and keep this limited. It would be useful if we could give them some targets they could hit. Nothing too important to give away our position, but Maybe some people that Patrick relies upon. They could just get attacked.
Do it.
She kind of like smiles, looks very giddy. So, I'll let you choose. Oh, why not? It seems like a fun little game. We could go after the Nosferatu down in the sewers. Nobody would miss him. And who cares? Or we could always just, there's this little pesky Banu Hakim that's a bit too nosy. My liking.
I think the Nosferatu is a good target.
Always smelly. Never liked them. So,
Well, and anything we can do to cut down Patrick's ability to know what we're doing.
of course. Then I guess the Nosferatu's days are numbered. A good choice. It would have been a bit more hard to catch the Banu Hakim, but the Nosferatu, steps in a lot of isolated places.
Worst case scenario, a bunch of shovelheads get killed.
I would also like to, I would actually love it if they got killed, at least some of them. It usually motivates the surviving ones to be a bit more competent and vicious, And with the recent arrival of the Sabbat, see, there's another benefit. Just enjoy feeding like we normally used to. Ash is kind of like looking up in the place. As you can see her definitely eyeing up one of the men at the nearby table.
Still be careful.
Of course. There's also alarming presence of hunters in the city. So I guess we should give them something to investigate. I'll be handling that, so I'll be a bit preoccupied, but I'm sure Elias will be able to figure out Patrick's sire on his own. I don't think he needs my help with that.
Well, and she may not be asking her to betray her child, might be beyond her doubts. It's merely a lead.
A very noble thought, but I've seen plenty of sires step on their shoulder like there were nothing but pebbles on the road.
Of course.
Yeah, may be on your way. I don't think you want to be here for the next part. As she's gonna step up and start walking to the table. As she starts talking to the man, and he just kind of acts like hugs her, gives her a kiss. The other people at the table also just start talking to her very casually.
And I'll leave.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, Patrick, one of your investigators just bit the fucking dust. It's fine though, you have the others. Not Theodore gets to live another day.
Honestly, yeah, that could have been worse. I think Theodore would have been more likely to be able to call for help, unfortunately.
Yeah,
but
Theodore
yeah,
would have been the harder target to get, but Nosferatu is just... Yeah, no, he's fucked. He's cooked. Speaking of being cooked, Anastasium.
Yes.
what do you mean by that, Grant?
Is it time for the fucking?
Well, I mean, listen. I presume you've been moving around from the safe houses.
Considering I'm a Ravnos, it's necessary.
So as you kind of get up this specific night, you go up. You still have your van, right? That's still.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I assume I'm at least trying to just I'd make sure that the van is hard to see from the street,
it's too late for
something.
that one. There's a little cell phone kind of stuck to one of the wind wipers.
Well, I'll pick up the cell phone.
Yeah,
so I assume there's one number on it.
Yeah, it's a very old looking phone. There's just one number on it, and it's one contact on it. It says "Call me."
I'll give it a ring.
The ring is a couple of times, as you hear a man's voice on the other end as he picks up. Oh, is this? Am I talking to Mr. Anastasio?
Do I recognize this voice, Brett?
No.
Okay. Yes, this is he. Whom do I have the pleasure of speaking to?
I think your biggest fan. Well, at the very least, an admirer.
Grunt, if this is Kushim, I've met Kushim.
I know. You
Okay,
wish
good.
this was Kushim.
I do. It's please, I am a man of many talents. Could you be more specific as to what part of me you are a fan of?
Oh, I've been told you're quite good at killing Toreadors, so...
It's a bit of a specialty, I suppose, yeah.
Well, what do you say you and me kill a specific Toreador tonight?
May I ask which one?
I think you know which one. I don't think you can kill her on your own, but I think if we work together, probably do it.
I agree. There is one problem, though. She's currently in the possession of someone who I don't think anyone wants to mess with.
I'll say this, and it'll sound weird, but we're both weird individuals, right?
I've been told.
Just know, whoever is holding her, whatever is holding her, be distracted soon. I don't know exactly when, but soon. And when that happens, well, that's when we make our move.
My friend, you're making a very tempting offer. Would I have the pleasure of knowing who I'll be in bed with?
You may call me Thomas, or as my fellow Canaanites call me, the Prophet.
Well then, Mr. the Prophet.
Please, I want to be your friend, Anastasio. Be on a first name basis.
Got it, Mr. The.
No, just
Mr.
That's what I said!
Well, but you wouldn't be Mr. The, you'd be just the, because he's your
Right.
friend.
Alright, I kid. But, alright, Thomas. So this man said K-Knights, which means this man is absolutely Sabat, right,
Yeah.
Grunt? At least he's playing up to Sabat card. It's like, all right. If the prophet says that this person will be distracted tonight,
Well,
then now's his best time as any.
not tonight.
Well, soon. Very soon. My apologies.
Make sure to keep the cell phone, well, somewhere nearby at least. I will let you know a day in advance.
Sounds like a great plan to me.
Love the enthusiastic spirit.
Would you like by the way, would you like an autograph? I can get you one of those.
You can sign yourself as we carve her body up.
A man of taste, then. All right, only the most exquisite of paper.
I find that kindred flesh is particular. You want to say kindred? I find that canine flesh is particularly more durable and long-lasting than just paper.
And it will be at least until we dust her. The old
Oh,
hag.
I'll leave that up to your discretion. There are many
But sure
worse.
be.
There are many more worse fates than death.
I agree, and I was hoping to explore those fates.
Well, hopefully I'll be able to assist you. I will be contacting you soon.
Very well. I await your call like a girl in love.
Ah, wonderful. Juliet to my Romeo.
Let's just hope none of us end up like Yorick.
Yeah. He'll close off the phone call.
I like make a face and look at the camera just like this. We got a weird one.
Listen, it's not my fault you're jiving with the Malkavians better than literally everyone else.
See, the thing is, I feel like if I go and ask, what's his face about the prophet, he'll know. Actually, no, there's something. Before he leaves, could I ask him something?
Yeah.
Before you go, is this something you'd like to keep on the down low? Am I allowed to talk about you to anyone?
Feel free. The more you mention me, the more enlightened I become, the more the truth spreads, my friend. We are here to spread the truth.
And
Yeah.
which truth are you spreading?
The third generation is walking amongst us, brother. We are here. Resist their influence.
Funny you should mention them. I am well aware. I've met two already.
And you must understand the gravity of this threat we're dealing with.
I agree. One of them's been inside me. Very rough.
Well, I shall provide you with a blessing, with a cleansing when we meet. My soul and heart go out to you, my friend.
Much appreciated, my friend. See you soon. After you hang up, I'm gonna call Patrick.
Well,
Hey, Patrick. Could you ask your buddies in the SI if they know anyone by the name of the Prophet Thomas of the Sabbath?
oh, I was getting ready to send out the word about spot encroaching on the city anyways. There's a specific name, and I'll ask about it.
He seems like a cool guy. And I know that we made that whole peace offering with one of the Sabbat packs, so good sign.
Yeah, that pack is very dead now.
Oh,
So, listen, if he's one of the Sabbat that are eager to kill antediluvians, well, there are 2 antediluvians in the city. Perhaps we can work something out. I'll ask. I'll ask.
yeah, he is. He seems to be. Yeah, we spoke a bit.
But thank you for bringing this to my attention.
Yeah, sure thing. Yeah, make
Yeah.
sure you mention that it is Thomas the Prophet, right? Yeah.
Capital T.
Capital T, capital P. Maybe
All right.
bolded.
I'll italicize it.
I'll say this, Patrick, you send out a couple of messages and it takes a bit for a reply, but eventually some of the like actually not, I should make you. Why don't you give me charisma investigation roll? It's an interesting
Alright.
skill set, but yeah.
I like that dice pool. That's a cool dice pool.
2 successes. I will re-roll.
Yeah. Yeah.
3 successes.
So, at the very least, so you do get information. The Prophet, they don't know him by Thomas, but the Prophet is something that some hunters managed to get out of at least 2 or 3 Sabbat before they killed them. As this rather very zealous pack leader. He's not that old, but they kind of estimate his activity at least like the last several decades, maybe more, but he's definitely not that old. But known for his rather zealous attitude and reverence. So there'll probably be one ex-Sabbat that in the SI that would know of him by reputation.
Yeah, is that guy's
only.
name Conrad? Is that guy's name Conrad?
I don't think Conrad would have interacted. Conrad interacted with the fucking like Eastern European, almost like Southern.
Yes, that is where Conrad was restricted to. Because if he went into Germany, he'd be killed immediately.
I also know he knew Zass's PC in the prequel Bucharest
Did know
game, who
people in
was
Bucharest?
himself.
Yeah.
He was himself a very zealous Sabbat.
Yeah, no, probably Conrad would know him. Conrad would know him. He's like an old, so that then actually, you know what? I should roll for Conrad because I have a character sheet for that one.
You sure do. What a guy.
I do. But can I roll for him?
Yeah.
He's my boy.
Yeah, you know
Can't
what?
believe.
Roll charisma occult.
Can't believe every single one of that group was allowed to join the SI, but fucking my character was
Fuck
executed.
you, loser.
The most
Yeah,
polite Zamitsi. A real cool guy. Let
Yeah,
you stay when you know you're facing
you're
some hard
friends
times. You
with-
murder him.
You're friends with Stefan. Of course, you got murdered.
But you know that wasn't his
what
fault.
What would I roll for
Charisma
Conrad?
occult. I think that's your best.
Charisma
stat roll.
occult.
Listen, it was a product of the times. Everyone was friends with Stefan back then.
No. Actually, no.
This was pre Vlad takeover. Come on.
Yeah, that's why like the only Simichi that are still kind of like okay are the old, like the young ones. Everyone that's old kind of got killed.
Oh, willpower for Conrad. Not rolling
Dice
great
aren't-
this session.
Yeah, the dice aren't with you. So yeah, no, Conrad would know that.
Literally, the only way my enemies will win is if I fail. God knows, I don't think they're competent enough.
Conrad would know that the Prophet is an older neonate, been operating for about a century, a bit less than that, but he is a Malkavian, or at the least everyone just assumes he is because he has fucking visions. He claims he gets visions from Cain, which may be a bit divisive against some, like with some of the Sabbat, but he has his following and he's very religious. And he claims he gets visions from Cain telling him how and where to fight the antediluvian. I don't think Conrad would have gotten along with him. I don't remember Conrad
No.
being the zealous type.
No, by the time Conrad was nearing like 50 years in the Sabbat, he had become almost completely disillusioned with its effectiveness. And Conrad never believed in Cain either, and that Cain was a savior. He kept that shit hidden though, but he never believed
So
in
yeah,
that.
no, this is more. What was your character's name in the one shot?
Wilfred
Yeah.
would have gotten along with him.
Wilfred would have been great friends with the Prophet. So yeah, that is the information you have on this guy. Might explain
All
who
right.
killed your other, because this guy's known to just kill anyone that his visions tell him to. So he might have in fact slaughtered your Sabbat back. Not be out of possibility.
All right. That case, yeah. I will also then inform the Bucharest community that yes, it is expected that not only are Sabbat coming in, but I have it on the good information that at least one pack has entered into the city. So everyone should be prepared. Likely that there will be more fighting.
The thing is, with how things are going, you can't keep open communication and like super flexible meetings and have everyone on lockdown. So I'll ask you now if Patrick is gonna advise people, because you can't really order them, but you can advise them to take one approach over the other. Are you gonna take the approach where everybody just fucking goes lockdown mode to try and
No, generally, because the idea is if you're in lockdown, you are solitary, you are likely to be alone. Conrad's recommendation is
yeah, but then again, if you are in a sort of defensive stance, you will be much more secretive. You will move less. You will hide more. You'll have less activity overall, which means less opportunities for people to track you, to find you, to attack you.
it also means we see the initiative to the Camarilla and the Sabbat.
Yes.
Which I don't think Patrick would think that's a good idea.
So yeah, then keep things as it is. Just let them know that.
Keep things as it is. Report suspicious behavior, and don't forget, the mortal aides in the city are now armed with a bunch of fucking dragon's breath rounds. So if they get into any trouble, call it in. There are people with dragon's breath rounds that could arrive to help.
How many? I don't remember from last time. How many people? I think you convinced pretty much everyone to. You told them about the SI and Vlad.
Yeah,
right?
pretty much. It seemed like
Everyone-
everybody was on board with it except for Patrick's sire.
Yeah. As you did roll 10 successes. So yeah, at this point you will have like the process of phasing out the ghouls has started. With the SI basically grabbing them, shipping them off to clinics across Europe. And your manpower will decrease. But it will increase in quality because funnily enough, one of the SI members will also generously send in their security company to help you sort of offset your new loss of manpower.
Alexander finds best men.
Yeah. Find what was the name of it. Guardian Angel Security.
Hunter Incorporated.
Yeah. So these people will more or less fill in for the loss of ghouls because it's not just you who loses ghouls; it's literally everyone. Which means that like dozens and dozens of ghouls fucking shipped off to Desmond's clinic. Get treated with the jambalaya. Look, my only question is: Would Patrick warn the Crikeys, would he warn them about Sabat? Because
Yes,
I'll
yes,
remind you, when your Sabat pack killed, there's two possibilities. Either these anarchs are responsible and they're not telling you about it, or there was this prophet guy, which is honestly the more likely option.
Yeah, I would still warn them, because until they prove otherwise, they are in the veil. They are under the umbrella of protection of the Free State. So yeah, they would still be informed. Yeah.
So then yeah, Christopher, you would also learn that, hey, there's actually Sabat in the city. So are you gonna keep the gangster uniforms for every one of your men, or would you just have them for special occasions when you have to march out?
Special occasions.
Okay.
We're not moving around the city if
Thank God.
we've been
Okay,
told there's
okay.
threats to us.
It's the gang lives to see another week, guys. It's fine.
Can't believe it. Shadow, when did you become such a pussy?
I'm not. They're characters. They're not.
When did you become such a pussy? The Shadow I knew would have said, "Yeah, we're all keeping it on."
Listen, I think it's a funny bit. Don't get me wrong. But they have to live. Like, their survival is the most important thing. Then the bit.
As time would go a bit by. Sorry, go ahead.
I'd like to call the Archon.
Yeah, that's fine. Can easily get in contact with him.
Archon, good evening.
Evening to you as well, Nicholas.
Matthew and Elias and Vanessa have arrived. There's also something I wanted to make you aware of that I hadn't previously told you, due to the need for capable soldiers to fight the Vikos and the others.
Yes.
Patrick is working with an organization which calls itself the Second Inquisition. And it is headed by Vlad Draculia.
Has he made it official then?
Yes.
I guess then he chose his camp. Listen to me, Nicholas. I'll be very upfront with you because you've proven yourself competent and reliable. And you have been upfront with me. You've been... The attack in New York. The one where the Justicar and the Prince were assaulted. It was orchestrated by this new branch of, well, hunters. More organized, much more deadly. And more importantly, they're not just humans. They recruit merely anyone. They've recruited other kindred, they've recruited lupines. I've even heard reports they have sorcerers amongst those ranks, although the validity of such claims are yet to be verified. The point is, this is the reason why the Camarilla has been has become much more isolationist since a few years ago. And, well, this Second Inquisition, it's becoming more and more bold. So now that you're telling me this, you're confirming my suspicions, which are the fact that they will make a stand Up until now, they've been striking from the shadows, using guile and subterfuge, but now they're planting a flag down and defying us. More of a statement than anything.
I'm not surprised that Patrick joined them, given his utopian ideals.
I trust Matthew. He is a reliable individual. As for his companions, I do not really have any opinion on them. But it's public now. I believe we should respond in kind.
What do you recommend?
Well, I've been using third parties until now. But I think it's time we also make a statement. Send officials, proper members of the Camarilla. And, well, there's quite a few La Sombra that need to prove themselves. As such, I will send them the front lines, so to speak. They are quite disposable, so I wouldn't concern yourself. Don't concern yourself too much with their well-being. They need to showcase their resourcefulness to show us that they are worthy of joining our ranks.
The new Sabbat packs have been coming into the city. So the loyalty of these Lasombra will be important, so that they don't return to their old friends.
You've made sure that, well, La Sombra we've recruited, a lot of them come from old Sabbat packs. Let's just say that the price of entry is usually a steep one. As such, I don't think the Sabbat will hold much sympathy for these traders.
I've heard the rumors. Handing over their own sires.
A clever idea that the Prince of Chicago came up with. One which we've implemented at a larger scale now.
One joins and has to kill another one.
Another one is not. Well, let's say it, yes, another one. The point is that you will have more manpower at your disposal. And, well, you will be learning how it is to be an Archon. And how it is to have to deal with such nuisances as hunters. Let me know if there's anything else I can do for you.
Thank you, Archon. Good evening.
Wise. He'll close the phone call. So yeah, no, holy shit. Actually, the war is
Luckily, we picked up the goons
The goon squad.
from fucking London.
yeah, that's true. They'll be fighting. They'll be duking it out, the Sombra.
Yeah, we're gonna goon all over them.
I trust you.
Need
You'll be able to handle it.
Need a sports team logo called the London City Gooners.
Mac, get on that.
But yeah. And let's see, I'm not sure if there's anything else you'd like to do.
I would like to make sure. Fuck. I really wish I had a way to get rid of this act damage. Oh
What act
man.
damage?
Ag willpower damage.
Oh, that's true. That's
Yeah.
true. Mm.
There's no other ways besides hanging out with your touchstones, right?
Yeah. You can always
All
make
mine
new
are
touchstones.
It's true.
You can't expose yourself
Hang on,
to
there
more
is
trauma.
another way. I'm pretty sure.
I can. Listen,
What's the other way?
I'm getting in contact with the
You
necromancer.
can hang out with me. I have Pangaea.
You know,
True.
maybe
Is,
we need to
is
take
the
that
price
one.
worth it? Is the price worth it?
That's true. He
I
might just gain it by hanging out with me, but you know.
was about to
Yes,
say, I feel like this is a trap.
You know what? There is something I want to do. Actually, I forgot.
He's
I
inviting
wanna
you to a strip
go-
club right now. Don't go.
Grunt, can I go animal hunting?
Animal hunting, yeah, I guess.
I got 3 hunger. I got the munchies.
That's true. That's true.
Hungy.
Yeah, give
Me
me
hungry.
dexterity animal can to try and like fucking grab a bunch of street cats.
Nom nom nom.
Put out some lasagna. You'll attract them.
2 successes. I can willpower 1.
Yeah, willpower if you want, 'cause so that will actually make a difference.
Nope.
God, let me think about this. So as you're kind of like hunting these cats, you manage to grab like one, but this is not exactly your area of expertise. It's not enough blood, but as you're just kind of drinking from it in the alleyway near a dumpster,
Mhm.
you kind of just hear a voice behind you. Like, how the mighty have fallen. Oh,
Turn
dear
around.
me. It's Kupal.
Ah, hey. How's it going?
Better than you.
You know, I gotta play the part, right? I gotta play by their rules.
Damn, bitch, you live like this?
Oh, I'm so sorry for you.
Ah, don't be, you know? It's not so bad once you get used to it. Anastasio does have Iron Gullet.
That's true, I guess. You also find dead cats to feed.
I could. So, what brings you around these parts?
I'm always on the move, let's just say. But would you listen? I feel like I should offer you something to eat first.
Listen, the last time I did that, a buddy of mine's buddy of mine died. And, you know, I get it, you mean well. I really do. But I feel like there's a lot of, like, shit that, you know, you gotta, like, jump through some hoops here and there to get it done. And honestly, it's not on you if I'm not specific enough and it ends up coming back to bite me in the ass. It's, you know...
So how about this? Grab my hand. She kind of like extends her hand.
You know what? You're gonna hurt me if I don't. You're not gonna put me in the dirt again, are you?
No, listen. It's not me who's gonna hurt you, unfortunately.
Oh, Jesus.
Alright, okay, yeah, don't have a choice. Alright, let's go.
As you kind of grab her hand, she kind of like seems to be waiting for something. Just, yeah, give him like a couple more seconds. Does this?
It's listen. Honestly, I'm fine with the blood thing. You don't got to go through this whole shit.
No, it's fine. Listen, I promised you I'll treat you. We won't kill any more little Guru, okay?
Okay, but what about the other? See, I feel like now you're gonna use kindred, or you're gonna use something like ghosts. I don't know.
Apparently you
ghosts.
like cats. I'll get you. A
No,
cat.
no. It's no, listen. Listen. I, I'm a big boy. I can choose my own meals. You know, I can hunt for myself. You know, I put on my own shoes and everything.
You just say that, you just hear a clapping noise reverberate through the alleyway, and you're just gone. As kind of like it's a very disorienting sensation as you kind of like tumble onto the grass, as you realize you're in some sort of park now, still holding
Ooh, am I gonna get
Paul's
jumped
hand.
Am I gonna get jumped by Gangrel again? Oh boy.
10,000 gangrel.
She looks at you and says, see, now we have a couple of minutes to talk before he does this again. So, well, luckily for us, this is a park. There's plenty of squirrels and other critters about. As she kind of like lets out a like little whistle, pretty melodic tune, and yeah, no, several squirrels just fucking start rolling up.
This isn't like a weird illusion thing where like they're actually people. I'm meeting people. Is it?
Why do you just assume I want to screw you over this badly?
Oh, listen. I'm used to literally everyone I've ever met screwing me over. It's not you, I promise. It's a trust thing. I have trust issues. You know.
And I can see that. No, they're just squirrels. They're not people. It's not the. Listen, I'm plenty annoyed as it is, as I have to deal with Jim all day long. So, just feel free to enjoy your meal. They're not gonna run away. As you see several squirrels just fucking lined up, staring up at you.
Will she allow me to let go of her hand?
Yeah.
I will, like, walk over and I guess, like, tentatively pick one up, you know?
It kind of like squeaks a bit as it kind of like looks at you, wide-eyed.
Can I insight this squirrel grunt?
You can give me wits animal, Ken.
At this fucking state. God, what did you do to us? We're at this fucking state.
Oh boy.
This animal can pull his blood surface.
Might as well rouse the blood.
Oh no.
Yeah, willpower, right? Three!
It's like its mind is clearly addled as it seems to view you with a certain amount of hunger in its eyes. Thinks you're food.
Thinks I'm food?
Yeah.
Why is this squirrel looking at me like it wants to eat me?
Well, I made them think you're food so they won't run away from you. You're not exactly the most healing individual to their eyes.
I never got out much when I was alive, and the pale's complexion got only worse when I died. I know I'm no catch. And I guess I'll bite into the squirrel grunt.
Yeah. As you start feeding on the squirrels, and as they whimper out one by one, you can slake a total of 1 hunger.
Thank you, Grunt.
Actually, no. Aren't you blood potency too?
I am.
Holy shit. So,
I also ate that cat earlier.
yeah, it's still not enough though. And she kind of like crosses her arms and says, "Oh, you're like your blood sticker, isn't it?"
It was a whole thing like a year ago.
It's fine. I have a solution. She kind of like grabs you and starts dragging you towards the lake nearby.
Is it fish? You know, I was thinking of taking up fishing.
Yeah. Listen, there's only so many squirrels. There's more fish, and it'll look a bit less conspicuous, I think. As 30 dead squirrels, that's gonna...
Yeah, you know, leave some attention.
As yeah, she's gonna kind of like get you to the lake. As again, she kind of like sings, touches the water slightly, and you see several large fish gathering up, kind of like staring up at you.
Guess I'll grab a big fish and, you know.
Start drinking from some of the fish as well, and eventually you'll be able to fill up one hunger dot. Congratulations!
Yay! It did it.
Please tell me you succeeded on the rouse check.
I did. I
Okay.
did succeed on the rouse
That
check.
would be very sad if this was all for nothing.
No,
It wasn't. I
you
slaked
could
one
just
hunger.
ask Patrick, and he could see if anyone could arrange to just like get you a dog.
No, because he needs a lot of dogs. Because he needs double the amount normally. So
Don't you get 2 blood from like a big dog?
no, what? You need.
There's a
think-
sheet. For
I
this
think you
to
need
look it
2
up.
dogs to get 1 blood.
Let me look.
So he needs technically 4
references,
dogs.
Stains, humanity, Camarilla, peace and compulsions, feeding. Okay. All right, here we go. Large dog, hunger slake 2.
What? No, it says large animal, horse, hunger slake 2.
Oh, you're so right.
Dog is
My
the one.
bad. It's a
Jeez.
1 dog is 1 slake.
What dog's size of a horse in America? Jesus fuck.
So yeah, no, I would say you need like 2 or 3 dogs.
Yeah, I need like 2 dogs. at least.
So
Get better at fucking animalism, asshole.
I'm working on it.
because these sizes aren't very consistent anyway. So
I'm not getting any.
don't
I'm
you
just
show
getting-
if you show up here with like, oh, this actually it's 2 dogs, I will shoot you. Because if you're gonna tell me that the horse has only double the amount of a dog, I will just shoot you.
Maybe they're rounding down on the horse.
Fucking. It's like an 80-kilo dog, and it's like the full anorexic horse they're picking.
Well, Max
you know,
Lane and
you know,
Bernards are the
right.
same size, so you know.
Grunt, you know, what if it's kind of like the whole like slaking till
It's
death
not the
thing,
Bernard
you know?
because in the parentheses they include raccoons. So I'll assume this is like medium-sized animals. That's why, in my opinion, it takes 2 medium-sized dogs to feed 1 hunger. So yeah. Anyways,
Yeah, maybe it's
because now it's time for Kushim to fuck up because Kushim is too good at his job. As you kind of sit there, Anastasio, in the lake, as you feed and the blood kind of pools in the water. There's a sort of kind of like small ripple. Why don't you give me an intelligence occult roll, Anastasio?
sure.
See if you can catch this in time. Could also use wits if you want.
No, use intelligence. Hey, I got 4 XP to spend. Let me just get a dot of a cult. And you know what?
Does he still have the blood roused?
Yeah, is my blood still restaurant? Same scene, right?
No,
No.
It's I'm still
Rouse
feeding.
no, it's not.
You want to rouse the blood?
Sure.
Holy. You can.
Hey, will 4 successes do it?
Yeah. Of course, success will do it.
About to. It's not my day, boys. It is not my day.
I don't think anyone rolled well this session.
No.
As yeah, no, listen, you're feeding. You're too distracted feeding anyway. So.
I rolled okay.
As that's true.
The one time I rolled.
As you eventually see the water is rippling around you. Almost as if it's like boiling, but like the temperature hasn't increased. It's kind of like bubbling up as Kupala just says, huh. And Daish gets cut off as you hear another clap reverberate as she's gone.
I'm gonna fucking kill Anastasio.
It's not my fault. I wanted out of this.
It's not my fault. I
You
just
could've-
decided to go along with her.
I said literally.
Unfortunately,
can I say no?
Anastasio,
He
we've
said
already
no.
determined this excuse didn't cut it for Casper.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
All right, listen, but you know I at least tried to fight back.
You fought back
Don't
about as hard
try
as
to fight
Casper
back.
did.
I don't want to go. I don't want
No,
to go.
Catherine was just like, all right, I'll do it. No questions asked. Anastasio was at least like, hey, I really don't need to do this. This is fine. Please don't. You don't have to. It's fine. It's fine. And she's like, no, come along with me. Come along. I'm like, do I have to take your hand? Can I just say no? And she's like, are you going to hurt me if I say no? She's like, oh, it won't be me who hurts you if you say no. And I'm like, okay. Okay.
But yeah, and with that, we will be ending the session there.